Marvel fans have spent more than a decade treating Tony Stark as the gold standard of MCU intelligence. From building a suit in a cave with scraps to solving time travel and outsmarting Thanos, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man earned his place as one of the most brilliant minds in the franchise. But with the Fantastic Four first steps, a new contender has arrived, and Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards may not just rival Tony's intellect, he might surpass it entirely. Reed's debut in First Steps instantly sets him apart. This isn't a version of Mr. Fantastic still fumbling through experiments or discovering his capabilities. This Reed is already operating at such an advanced intellectual level that even Tony Stark's most iconic feats suddenly feel limited by comparison. And that's not a knock on Stark. It's simply what happens when the MCU finally introduces the smartest man in Marvel lore into the main timeline. Right from the start, First Steps makes one thing clear: Reed Richards has transformed the world quietly and efficiently in just 4 years. That timeline matters. If you compare where Tony was 4 years after Iron Man, still refining his suits, still reacting to threats rather than preempting them, Reed sits in a completely different bracket. While Tony went from genius weapons designer to reluctant hero to eventual cosmic-level strategist, Reed simply leaps past those stages and lands directly in world-altering innovation.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps!
One of the biggest reveals comes early in the film. Reed has baby-proofed the planet for the arrival of his son, Franklin Richards. Not the house, not the neighborhood, the world. He has proactively dismantled existing crime networks, implemented predictive systems that neutralize threats before they escalate, and optimized global defense patterns, all while juggling scientific breakthroughs that reshape the human understanding of physics. It's not that Tony couldn't conceptualize something like this. It's that he never did because his character arc was always reactive. Reed's intelligence flows from pure curiosity and cosmic-scale thinking. And then there's teleportation. Tony Stark, for all his brilliance, always applied his mind within the constraints of existing technology. He built suits, AI, clean energy, and ultimately quantum navigation tools. But Reed Richards perfects teleportation, not for small objects or lab tests, but for the literal movement of planets. First Steps shows him pulling off something so astronomically complex that it borders on mythic, transporting Earth across the galaxy or redirecting Galactus with math and machinery nobody else could even begin to conceptualize. This is not engineering brilliance. This is genius that warps reality.
We are going to find a solution. We are going to make it right.
Reed's deep understanding of space-time, cosmic physics, and multiversal structures also places him on a foundation well above Tony's more grounded scientific expertise. Stark mastered engineering. Reed masterfully understands the universe. They simply do not play in the same sandbox. And this is where the future gets exciting. We already know Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards will interact with Robert Downey Jr. again, but not as colleagues, as Reed and Dr. Doom in Avengers Doomsday. The irony is almost poetic. Tony once stood as the MCU's intellectual centerpiece, guiding the Avengers through impossible battles. Now he'll face Reed Richards in a new, more dangerous form, surrounded by threats that operate well beyond the mechanical or technological. Whether the story frames it directly or subtly, their clash of minds will be one of the biggest character dynamics of Doomsday.
Big man in a suit of armor. Take that off, what are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
None of this erases Tony Stark's importance to the MCU. His legacy is foundational, emotional, and irreplaceable. But the franchise has entered a new era where cosmic-level intelligence and multiversal mechanics take priority. And within that landscape, Reed Richards stands tall as the superior mind, not because of what he might do later, but because of what he has already done in his very first appearance. With the Fantastic Four First Steps redefining the upper levels of MCU intellect, one thing is certain: Tony Stark walked so Reed Richards could bend space-time. And the next time these two icons share the screen, audiences are going to witness what happens when genius meets something even greater. Do you think Reed Richards really outclasses Tony Stark, or does Iron Man still deserve the crown? Share your take in the comments, follow us on Facebook for more MCU updates, and subscribe on YouTube so you never miss our latest deep dives.
Are we safe?
I don't know.